NBC Sports presents the best of the National Football League, the American Football Conference. Today from Oakland Alameda County Stadium, it's the Denver Broncos versus the Oakland Raiders. Today's game is brought to you by the new Chrysler Corporation. For 1982, Chrysler has the cars, the quality, and the prices America needs. By Anheuser-Busch St. Louis, Brewers of Michelob. Put a little weekend in your week. By Exxon, we're Exxon, working on energy for you. And by Radio Shack, a Tandy Company, your nationwide supermarket of sound. Hello, everybody. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. The Denver Broncos, their record is 3-1. Their Oakland Raiders, their record is 2-2. And already Kansas City has lost today, so their record is 3-2 as things tighten up in the West.
And that would mean if San Diego would happen to lose, could be a four-way tie if the Oakland Raiders can defeat the Denver Broncos.
Number 83 is Wade Manning as the Broncos won the toss. They'll be receiving. Chris Barr will kick off. A warm, sunny afternoon. Take it 4 yards deep in the end zone. It will be down at that point. And so the Broncos will start from their own 20-yard line. Let's look at the offensive set. And the man that is on a roll, and that is Craig Morton, the quarterback. And what he has been doing the last 2 weeks. It will be Dave Preston and Rick Peros as the two running backs. The receivers, Steve Watson, has been the main man as you look now at the backfield. But don't forget, there's Haven Moses and Riley Odoms, the tight end. The offensive line for the Broncos, underrated, much better than statistics show. They have been giving Morton all kinds of protection. So Denver goes to work, first down. Rick Peros. Defense is there. They'll pick up maybe a yard on the play. And we'll look now at the defense of the Oakland Raiders with Matuzak, Robinson, and Browning as the front three. And the linebackers, Hendricks, McClanahan, Millen, and Martin. And that secondary of Hayes, Osteen, McKinney, and Owens.
Charlie, on that very first play, Denver came in with two tight ends. Egloff, the number 2 tight end, along with Riley Odoms, trying to get outside. They had just one back in the backfield.
And now the remaining back is Dave Preston as they continue to make their offensive switches. Second down and 9. Morton to throw. And he has the first down at the 31-yard line. As he picks up 10, he needed 9. He goes to Riley Odoms, the tight end. And Martin last week against San Diego completing 17 of 18.
2 tight ends in the ball game, just one back. Big Ted Hendricks coming in, a good block by the back. The ball is thrown on. It is received by Riley Odoms, but Riley Odoms did leave the ball game. Could be that he just had the wind knocked out of him.
So now Ron Egloff and Jim Wright are the 2 tight ends, and Tony Reed is in the backfield. And Tony Reed gets the call to the 35. He has 4. It'll be second down and 6 as Randy McClanahan, the inside left linebacker, makes the tackle.
Taking a look at both of these football teams defensively, they're both playing exceptionally well. Denver is ranked number 1 in the American Football Conference, and Oakland, although they've had their problems moving the football and scoring, they're playing defense very well. They're ranked 4th.
Oakland has given up a lot of yardage, but they have not given up a lot of points. Only 45 thus far on the year. Jim Wright is in the backfield. He's a tight end. He's there to block. The pitch goes to Preston, and he squirms close to the 40. Matt Millen makes the tackle, a gain of 5. It'll be third down and 1. We're having a bit of microphone trouble, so we'll get that all squared away. Third down and 1. So the first key play of the ball game for the Denver Broncos. No score. And it is a first down for Denver. as Dave Preston goes to the 43-yard line. Johnny Robinson, the rookie middle guard from Louisiana Tech, makes the tackle.
At the 43.
Ted Hendricks, Charlie, is a big key in that defensive unit. Number 83 for the Oakland Raiders. And I say that because he is kind of a freelance player out there. They turn him loose, and he can blitz at any time from any spot on either side of that defensive line that he wants to. And what he wants to do is isolate himself on a back, because they feel that if a back has to block Ted Hendricks all afternoon, it's going to be a tough job.
Egloff, the tight end, is on the right wing. He goes in motion, comes back and blocks inside as Tony Reed is the ball carrier.
Tony Reed carries
To the 49-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. So Denver has continued to move on the first down situations that they have faced. Only on the first one from the 20 did they pick up a yard, and since then they've been in that 4 to 6 yard range, which means that they can play anything they want to as far as the offensive game is concerned, and the defense has to read both run and pass.
So you take a look at Danny Reeves, the head coach, who's sending in the plays, and it makes his job a lot easier on 2nd down if you've only got 4 or 5 yards to go. Once again, 2 tight ends in the ball game.
Morton to throw, has pressure. He is now 2 for 2. Pass is complete to Tony Reed. And Reed fights his way to the Oakland 41-yard line. He has a first down. That is the 3rd first down in the drive. Otis McKinney makes the tackle, and the Broncos continue to move offensively.
And taking a look at the offenses of the two teams, as I said, Denver, and you said that Morton is on a hot roll.
Oh, yes.
Look what's going on. 995 yards total yards to 563 for the Oakland Raiders. And going into the season, everybody said, well, Oakland's got the offense. Denver has the defense, but not an offense.
Rick Barrows gets the call. 38-yard line, a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as McClanahan makes the stop. Morton, the last 2 ball games against Baltimore and San Diego, completing 80% of his passes.
Yes, and he threw 4 touchdown passes in each of those ball games. So he's hot. He really believes now, and he has a lot of confidence in this young receiver, Steve Watson, number 81.
And the last quarterback to throw 4 touchdowns in back-to-back games, my broadcasting partner, Lynn Dawson, in 1964. Morton has pressure, and he is sacked. First sack of the ball game.
He was looking to go deep to the man I was just talking about is number 81, Steve Watson. But the pressure was coming. Morton really had nowhere to go. You're taking a look at 68 is Robinson, 72 is Matuzak. Also 83 is coming back there, and that is Ted Hendricks. But eventually the protection breaks down and Morton is sacked. But that was a good pressure from all points of that Oakland defense.
Far side for Denver. Rick Upchurch making his first appearance since that knee strain in the first game of the season against Oakland. A shotgun set. 3rd and 17. Upchurch is open. He goes to it. And he overthrows it. He had a step on Osteen, the defender, just for a moment. McKinney was also dropping over on the coverage. So it'll be 4th down and 17. We'll bring it back, but it is good to see Rick Upchurch back in the lineup for Denver.
As a matter of fact, you and I were broadcasting. We were broadcasting that first ball game between Denver and Oakland. Upchurch caught a touchdown pass in that ball game, the only one of the game. That's the game that Denver won by the score of 9-7. Oakland Raiders are going to get a chance to go on offense now.
Luke Frustridge will be kicking. Ira Matthews is set for the return. 16-yard line, and then steps out of bounds after a 5-yard return at the 21. So early in the ball game as Dennis Smith was there for the kicking team. No score. We'll be back in a moment.
Michelob brings you the 7-day weekend, downbeat style. Whether it's jazz, classical, country, or rock, music and Michelob is always the perfect arrangement, because that smooth and mellow taste helps make any time feel a little like a weekend.
Put a little weekend in your week.
Deadline,
Saturday, October 31st at Sears. Weather-wise radial tires are on sale. Sears Best all-season steel-belted radial. Now save 25%. Deadline, Saturday, October 31st at Sears. The Sears Die Hard battery is on sale, now with even more power than ever before. Only $54.99 with trade-in. Save $15. For great automotive values, you can count on Sears.
The Denver Broncos taking the opening kickoff, but they have possession of the ball 6 minutes and 13 seconds, Lynn.
Yeah, and they're doing what they want to do is establish a running game. That's fairly evident. They came in with 2 tight ends. Oakland now has the football, and they are really concerned, talking to Al Davis, their managing partner, and they're concerned because they are not getting the ball in the end zone. They were shut out last week, the first time in 217 ball games.
All right, so let's see what the offense can do for the Oakland Raiders, which is, interestingly enough, becoming their question mark, as defensively, Randy Gradishar is there. And now we'll look at the offense of the Oakland Raiders with Jim Plunkett at quarterback. Kenny King and Derek Jensen are the 2 running backs. The receivers are Cliff Branch, Morris Bradshaw, and Raymond Chester. And that offensive line, the only unit of the Raiders that has not had injuries. Shell, Upshaw, Dalby, Marvin, and Lawrence. A loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Kenny King, sweep right side, and he'll pick up maybe 2 yards before Swinson cuts him down. So Plunkett now will have to go to the air, and this is the defense that he'll be going against. It'll be Chavis, Carter, and Jones, the front 3, although we'll see Boyd in there also. Swinson, Evans, Gradishar, and Jackson, the linebackers. And Wright, Kyle, Thompson, and Foley in the secondary.
I think what Oakland found out on the first 2 plays, you have a very difficult time running sideways against this Denver football team because they're a swarming type of a defensive unit.
3rd down and 9. Blitz is coming. Sack is there. Rulon Jones got the sack, and that is his 6th of the year. So the sacks are even on each side. 1 for the Raiders, now 1 for the Broncos.
Do you think that Rulon Jones, number 75, is pumped up? He is really fired up. Plunkett going back. There is a stunt, and here comes Jones straight up the middle. His man did not handle him, and he gets to the quarterback. It was just a game between the defensive end who switched his position. Instead of running outside the offensive tackle, he came on up the middle and got the sack.
And here's the leading punter in the NFL, Ray Guy. His average is 50.8 yards per kick. And this is another beauty. Manning backpedals, takes it at the 29-yard line, to the 40, 45, to the 49-yard line. So he has 20 yards on the return. A punt of 61 yards by Ray Guy. No scores, 6:52 left to go. First quarter. We'll be back.
People want to buy new cars, not for sheer desire to have a nice new shiny car, because they need a new car. They absolutely need new cars with good fuel economy, and they need value, and they need to get their money's worth. Let's talk about prices, and let's talk about interest rates. The average buyer, I need to tell this group, has literally been jolted by the so-called, one of you guys coined it, I guess, sticker shock, when he walks into a new car showroom. But he's been jolted even worse when they calculate for him what his monthly payments will be over the next 4 years, 48 months, and that's the monthly payment shock. We're going to try today to declare war on sticker shock. We will hold the price line on Omni and Horizon Miser and custom models, and we will hold the line on the base prices of all of our low-end Aries Reliant 2-door and 4-door models. I never saw a guy who was against saving $800 when he can get a car that's as good as the other guy's car. But we're really proud of the new products we're bringing out.
Sunday, Chip's season premiere. The stunt is suicide. The stunt man is John.
John, you can't, man. It's insane.
Chip's on NBC.
A sunny afternoon in Oakland, California. No scores, 6:52 left to go. First quarter, the Oakland Raiders, the Denver Broncos. Broncos ball at the 50-yard line. Paris. And the defense chances there, maybe a half-yard, and it was Dave Browning who brought him down. Check the scoreboard, Lem.
All right, Kansas City lost. New England 33, Kansas City 17. That's a final. In the fourth quarter, Buffalo leading Baltimore 23-17. Final, St. Louis defeated Dallas 20-17, a big upset.
Oh, yes.
Fourth quarter, Minnesota leading Chicago 24-21.
Second down and 9. No score here between Oakland and Denver. Morton to throw. He's hit 2 of 3. Screen, it's there, complete. Preston first down. And he rolls to the 32-yard line. A gain of 17. Rod Martin makes the tackle.
That was a screen pass up the middle, executed very, very well by the offensive line. You can see they're letting them come in. They're turning loose the defensive line. 68 is Robinson. They let him go. Good blocks downfield. The center, number 64, is Billy Bryant. He's getting down there, right there, getting in front of his man for a block. Preston picking up good yardage in the first down and an excellent field position for the Denver Broncos.
And Riley Odo's back in at tight end. Harrells gets the call. Slips one tackle and dives for about 4 yards on the play, maybe 5 as Browning pulls him down.
Taking a look at the scoreboard of final, San Francisco defeating Washington 30-17. Washington yet to win. And a final, Green Bay defeating the Giants 27-14. Third quarter, Houston leading Cincinnati 14-10. Pittsburgh in the third quarter leading New Orleans 13-3. No score here between Oakland and Denver.
Rick Barros and Tony Reed in the backfield. Second down 5. Play action. Pressure. Sack. Oakland has their second sack. And Rod Martin got it. He went right over Tom Glassick.
Morton did not have a chance. He's got his back to the linebacker, and you can see the guard 62 Tom Glassick seeing the linebacker blitzing, but he saw him much too late.
He was looking inside. He was coming outside.
But Morton found him.
Yes.
Or he found him.
But when you were playing and you had been sacked and that had happened, what do you say to your offensive line?
Well, you don't say anything. Generally, the offensive linemen say, hey, Craig, way to pick up that linebacker.
Yeah.
We'll try to get rid of the ball before you pick him up the next time.
Third down and 13. Upchurch in as a wide receiver. Morton stands, throws incomplete. Going to Steve Watson. And the MW connection, Morton to Watson, has been what has paid off the last 2 ball games. But it'll be 4th and 13.
I believe that Morton's vision was impaired because he threw behind number 81, Steve Watson. Watson going to be coming right across the middle. The ball is thrown way behind him, and right there, as you can see. And the reason it was thrown behind is because Morton's vision was impaired and he couldn't see him that well.
Luke Prestridge with a 41.5-yard average will be kicking. He'll be going for the corner. A 10-man rush. And he is decked and the flag goes down. The ball goes into the end zone for the touchback, but you can forget that. It will be roughing the kicker. It will go against Oakland. And Denver will have an automatic first down.
The way that ball came off, it looked like it was almost blocked because it came off end over end. Number 46, Todd Christensen, is the one who's hanging his head. And here you're taking a look at the replay.
The rule reads if you touch the ball, then you can run into the kicker.
He definitely was run into.
But it's automatic. Here's the call.
Personal foul, running in the kicker, 5 yards, first down.
Jim Tunney, the referee.
That's where it really hurts because they get an automatic first down. The ball is still in very good field position for the Denver Broncos, and if they get it, I'd say if they get a first down, they're definitely in field goal range.
Which has not been an advantage for either Denver or Oakland, as both Chris Barr and Fred Steinfort are off to shaky starts. Oakland 31, first down, no score. Dave Preston. Broncos continue to stay on the ground, even with the fact that Morton has been so hot throwing the last 2 ball games.
Yes, but you've noticed that they have a great deal of respect for Oakland's pass rush. Morton has been sacked, and he's also been pressured when he did go back to throw. And you can see, too, that they're running basically straight ahead at this 3-man front. try to get a man on the linebacker, I'll find a little seam or a little hole there where the back can pick up 4 or 5 yards. They've got 2 tight ends in the ball game, just 1 running back.
2nd and 7, a passing down. Morton to throw.
Plenty of time.
All kinds of time, and then a sack. That is the 3rd sack for the Oakland Raiders. Matt Millen picks up this one. So Millen, Robinson, and Martin each have a sack.
See, Big Ted Hendricks is working over the tight end, number 85, Egloff. You're allowed to chuck that man within a 5-yard area. Ted is staying really close to him. Morton's back there, actually had a lot of time to throw, but credit the defense of Oakland in the secondary with good coverage. Finally, Millen, number 55, does make the sack.
Glassick held him off, and as you said, Morton had time to throw, and Glassick cannot hold him out forever. 3rd and 11 from the shotgun. Incomplete. Underthrowing Steve Watson and overthrowing Tony Reed. So it'll be 4th down and 11.
See how quickly things can change. 17 of 18 last week, all the time in the world to throw. Men were open, and I know in talking to Morton yesterday, he has a great deal of confidence in this young receiver that he has, number 81, Steve Watson. But that's 2 passes in a row that he has thrown poorly.
West return to punt.
So Luke Matthews will be kicking. Ira Matthews is set for a possible return. He'll be going for the corner. Oakland will be pressuring again as they put 10 men on that line.
Bear in mind that Oakland offense has only been in for 3 plays.
Does not make the corner. We'll have the touchback. 32-yard kick will bring it out to the 20-yard line. So with just under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, we have no score. We'll be back in a moment.
To all independent business people who are losing their independence to the shackles of business details, IBM offers freedom.
Freedom.
Introducing Data Master from IBM, the small business system that's all business yet starts at under $10,000. A data processor that can be a word processor too. Visit IBM and judge Data Master for yourself. A little IBM can mean a lot of freedom.
Good choice. The beer with the taste for food. Natural light from Anheuser-Busch. Not too filling, but oh so satisfying. When you're ready, really ready to eat.
What's more natural than natural light?
Here is the crowd. It is not a sellout crowd here. Oakland's 2nd time on offense in their first offensive possession, a minus 11 yards.
They had the ball 3 downs with just 2:51 remaining in this first quarter.
Pass is high, but pulled down by Cliff Branch. First down, Raiders. 33-yard line.
They had no success the first time they had the ball trying to run with it. So right away, Plunkett going back to throw, and he's getting pressured. You see that coming, Barney Shave is 79 coming up the middle, but a good catch by number 21, Cliff Branch. I think they're going to have to throw the ball on this Denver football team if they're going to move it.
First down, Oakland. Their first down of the ball game. Kenny King, 40-yard line. He picks up 7. So it'll be 2nd and 3. Steve Foley makes the tackle. So first down, they get 10. First down, they get 7.
Taking a look at 78 is Art Shell getting a good block on Randy Gradishar, and King 33 jumping to the outside and picking up good yardage. Just got through saying that they're going to have to throw the ball to move it on. I really believe that. What happened that last time is they took Raymond Chester, lined him up on the right side, and then moved him over to the left side. The reason for that is because Denver has a strong and a weak side linebacker. They want to put him on number 57, Jackson.
Dennis Smith checks into the secondary. Derek
Jensen stopped at the line of scrimmage.
They'll give him a yard to the 41. It'll be 3rd down and a couple. Next Sunday, join host Brian Gumbel for NFL 81 all of the highlight scores and late breaking news from all of the games. Then regional NFL action featuring two long-term rivalries as the Browns meet the Steelers and the Raiders take on the Chiefs in Kansas City. So check your local listing for the game and time in your area. That's next Sunday. It all starts with NFL 81. Third down 2.
Left tackle move before the ball was snapped. That'll be an automatic 5 yards against the Oakland Raiders.
So it will be 3rd down and 7.
That is the reason they blew the whistle and stopped the play before it started. Had a defensive man jumped off sides, they would have continued the play. Oh, there it is. No, I was blaming Art Shell. It is on number 63. Gene Upshaw, who moved before the snap.
Upshaw playing in his 207th consecutive game.
That is, to me, amazing that he has started every game since he put on that silver and black uniform. Never missed a starting assignment.
And has been a captain for 9 consecutive years. So it's 3rd down 7. Pressure. And the second sack of the ball game for the Denver Broncos. Louis Wright got this one. So the Broncos have 2 sacks. The Raiders have 3. And we're still in the first quarter.
Number 20, Louis Wright, is a cornerback, and very seldom you see a cornerback going after a quarterback. Plunkett had no idea. He could feel that somebody was coming after him. He didn't see him, but he could feel that pressure. Number 20, Louis Wright, with the sack, putting the Oakland Raiders once again in punting formation. The last time that Ray Guy kicked, he kicked it 61 yards.
4th down and 18. So the first two offensive possessions, the net yardage for Oakland is now -6. Wade Manning takes it at the 31. Slips and falls and is covered immediately. He'll get 4 yards on the return to the 35-yard line. A 44-yard kick by Ray Guy. No score, 15 seconds left. First quarter. We'll be back in a moment with the Broncos on offense.
For the past 4 years, the Sylvania Superset has beaten RCA and Zenith in an independent test for best overall color picture.
What about Sony?
And now, for the 5th time, more people once again picked a 19-inch Sylvania Superset over RCA and Zenith for best color picture.
What about Sony?
And this year, we even tested against Sony and won. The Sylvania Superset.
Gas is America's #1 heating system because it's America's most efficient major energy system, most economical too. So when America heats with gas, it saves energy and money. New fuel-saving gas heating equipment can make our most efficient energy system even more efficient and save you even more money. You can be energy efficient too. Use all energy wisely because the future belongs to the efficient.
Next Saturday, don't miss the exciting return of NBC Sports World featuring hard-hitting World Championship boxing. Then, 1 week later, the world's finest Grand Prix drivers gather in the heart of Las Vegas for live coverage of the Caesars Palace Grand Prix, starting next Saturday on NBC.
In the first quarter at Anaheim Stadium, the Rams are leading Cleveland 7-3.
Yes, but Cleveland, they are the cardiac kids. They don't get things going till the 4th quarter.
And the Rams are once again embroiled in controversy throughout this whole season. Here we have no score. This could be the final play of the first quarter as Preston hits the car. And he has 4 yards to the 39. It'll be 2nd down 6. Dave Browning makes the tackle. And with that play, time will run out in the first period. So we have put 1 in the books. And we have 3 to go, but we have no score. It is Denver 0 and Oakland 0. We'll be back for the second quarter in just a moment.
Fuel economy. Value for your money. That's what you'll find in all new General Motors cars and trucks at GM dealers. You'll also find a financial institution whose only business is automotive financing. That's GMAC. You know, even when money is tight, credit is available from GMAC and at rates that make good sense. Ask your GM dealer about GMAC, the financing people from General Motors.
Rainmaker to ground. Okay, Rainmaker.
Well, it's time to relax. One beer stands clear. If you got the time, Miller's got the beer.
Bottom of the ninth, bases full, 3-2 pitch.
Radio!
Oh, now we won't know the score.
None of the scores. Where's Pete going?
For the latest national sports reports, call Dial It National Sports.
He got the score. Sure, I called Dial It National Sports. So who won? Hey, Pete, you want to go deep sea diving?
900-976-1313. Dial it. We're talking to you.
In the first quarter, as Al Davis looks on, time of possession, 10.5 minutes for Denver, 4.5 minutes for Oakland. Oakland with 1 first down and Denver with 5. Those are the two key numbers. Second down and 6. Broncos at their own 39-yard line. Dave Preston. And he is collared at the 40, comes down at the 41. A gain of 2, so it'll be third down and 4 as Otis McKinney makes the tackle. Now for an update. Let's go to New York City and Bryant Gumbel. Bryant?
Okay, Charlie, in Minnesota, the Bears have missed a chance to go to overtime against the Vikings. 1 second left. Hans Nielsen pulls it left from 26 yards out. The Vikings turn back the Bears 24-21. Bears haven't won in Bloomington since '71. Charlie?
All right, thank you, Brian. It is too early here to foresee an overtime. If they did right now, it'd be a 0-0 overtime. We're in the opening moments of the second quarter with no score.
And once again, Morton faced with a passing situation.
Third and 4. He's got pressure, gets it off, and he goes to Watson. Steve Watson. The fumble came after he was down. That is a rule book call. If he has possession when he hits the ground, it is jarred loose. Usually when his elbow hits the ground, the play is dead at that point.
Number 44, Burgess Owens, was pleading his case, but to no avail. It's going to be a first down for the Denver Broncos. And actually, when Watson made that reception, he had both arms around that football because he knew he was running through traffic in the middle of that field. He knew he was going to get hit.
He picked up 11 yards on the play. He comes out for a breather, and Upchurch comes in. First down at the Oakland 48. Play action. Morton throws, going to his second receiver, the tight end, Riley Odoms. First down at the 31-yard line, a gain of 17, as Matt Millen and Rod Martin were there.
That time, Morton had a lot of time to throw. He was looking for Upchurch on the right side. You'll see him pump to Upchurch, trying to work on Lester Hayes, but that big hand that Tuzak came up, he knew where his men were. That's the thing about a good quarterback. He doesn't worry about the offensive receivers because he knows where they're supposed to be. And he went from one man, Upchurch, who was not open, right away to Riley Odoms. He was open. He got him the football.
31-yard line, first down. Rick Peros will mark it for no gain, so it'll be second down and 10 as Rod Martin and Ted Hendricks were both there.
Also that time, number 57, Randy McClanahan, was shooting. He was about 3 yards deep in the backfield. He didn't make the tackle, but he disrupted things that the back had absolutely no place to go.
Two tight ends will be in the ball game. The remaining back is Dave Preston. The draw does not fool anybody, as Preston is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage where Johnny Robinson brings him down. It'll be third down and still 9 to go, 9.5 in that neighborhood.
Draw play, and he was looking to go outside. As you can see, the job of the receivers is to take off and run downfield as fast as you can for about 20 yards to get that defensive back away from the line of scrimmage. As you can see right there that number 81, Watson, had his man. His man, the defensive man, was glued to him, so he couldn't be looking in the backfield.
Shotgun set. Pressure and a sack. For the Raiders, that is their 4th sack of the ball game, as Cedric Hardman got this one. Studdard and Preston shot at him, but Hardman just came right after him.
86 is Cedric Hartman. Number 75 is Howard Long. Both of them back there. And Cedric Hartman has been around a number of years, and they put him in passing situations, and he really does an outstanding job.
Pressure is to kick.
His 12th year. He still can go after that quarterback.
Oh, yes. 4th and 22. For the corner. Matthews. The ball did not. He was trying after he bounced it a couple times to get it out of bounds with him, but it stayed in bounds, then it was kicked out. So Oakland will have possession. We've got 10 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll be back.
You're looking at rust close-up. It's already breeding, building up inside a car radiator after just 10,000 miles on weak, neglected antifreeze. But look at a radiator protected with new improved Prestone 2. Quite a difference. Introducing advanced silicone silicate formula Prestone to lock out rust and corrosion in all metals. And now it's even stronger for better aluminum protection. New Prestone 2. The bestseller just got better.
Follow the bouncing ball next Sunday on NBC Sports.
It's Green Bay 27.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, scoreless ball game. Oakland from their own 20-yard line. The Raiders have not been able to generate any kind of an offense. The Broncos have moved the ball, but in the Raiders' hole. Kenny King goes out of bounds. They'll give him a yard to the 21. Steve Foley was there for the defense. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Steve Foley had him zeroed in all the way, and Steve Foley making the switch from that cornerback position to the safety position last year really has adapted himself to that position. Last week was a big week for Steve Foley. He had 3 interceptions.
And he is also growing a beard. That was after the loss to Seattle, right? When you get down like that, you're disappointed, and it's hard to shave.
Well, I'll tell you, Oakland, a lot of their players will be growing a beard if they don't get some offense going because they don't want anybody to recognize them.
Derek Jensen.
That's Derek Jensen carrying.
He'll get 4 yards.
It's not surprising they go to the left side. 78 Art Shell, 63 Gene Upshaw making a block on 53 of Denver. Randy Gradishaw knocking him back. That's the Oakland Raiders. That's their type of football. Moving the people off that line of scrimmage and picking up 4 and 5 yards at a crack.
Third down and 5. Plunkett is tied. Pass is complete to Kenny King. 27-yard line. He'll pick up only a couple. It'll be 4th down and 3 as Tom Jackson was there.
Well, that time Kenny King made a mistake you shouldn't make. He made the reception but didn't get deep enough. Here it is, first quarter score. The Jets leading Miami 14-7.
Well, the Jets found out what it was to win last week.
Always play well against the
they do
Miami
against,
Dolphins.
particularly in Miami.
Touchdown pass. Richard Todd has thrown 2 of them. One to Barkham, one to Wesley Walker.
Ray Guy will be kicking to Wade Manning.
Oh,
terrible kick.
Sure that was Ray Guy?
Boy, we should save the tape replay of that. You will never see that more than once every 10 years.
He is human.
Woo, 29 yards, and this is the man who leads the NFL in kicking. We'll be back in a moment.
George said, we're going to buy a Corona portable kerosene heater. And I said, it'll smell funny. It doesn't. I said, it's dangerous. But George showed me the UL sticker. I said, bet it's dirty. It's not. George said, we'll save lots of money on heat. And we have. George is usually wrong, but I gotta admit, he sure knows his hot air.
Cozy up to Corona. Stay warm and safe.
Quality and value in a new American car, you must be joking. Unfortunately, to many Americans with responsibilities, it's no joke. Plymouth, yes, Plymouth is changing that with the new Reliant K. The highest mileage, 6-passenger front-wheel drive car in America. Firm, quiet, built with advanced technology. Plymouth Reliant K. The American way to get your money's worth.
Miss all the explosive action of the National League Divisional Playoffs starting Tuesday night on the home of great baseball, NBC Sports.
In case you joined us late, not a lot has happened offensively, but a lot has happened defensively. We've had a total of 6 sacks in the ball game. The Raiders have 4, and the Broncos defense has 2. Odom's in motion, throws to Riley. 48-yard line of Oakland. A gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3.
Charlie, they changed their strategy a little bit now. Prior to that first down, Denver had 10 first down plays. 9 of them, they ran with the football. 1 they passed. Now they come out in this series, in the first down situation, they threw the football to their tight end, Riley Odom.
As you mentioned in the first quarter, that Denver is establishing the running game. What effect does establishing the running game do to the defense?
Well, it makes them think about staying near that line of scrimmage, and there's an area between the linebackers and the defensive backs where you can throw.
First down. Preston with yardage to spare.
When you're running with the football, that gets the linebackers and the defensive line up toward the line of scrimmage, getting an opportunity to throw. And there is number 46, Dave Preston. He is an all-purpose type of back, Charlie. He does everything real well. He runs very hard. Now, he is a type of runner. He makes a decision like right here. Now he's going straight upfield. He's not going to avoid a lot of people. Now he knows that the contact is coming. Burgess Owens is a hard hitter.
And he does slow down a step when he saw Big Burgess coming.
Well, Preston is also a fine pass receiver.
First down, 39-yard line. Harrell near the 30-yard line. He'll go for a gain of 9. It'll be second and 1 as Johnny Robinson was there and Burgess Owens was there again.
Ball at the 31, gain of 8.
You see the running backs are coming in with the plays. Preston is back in the ball game, giving Morton play that's coming from Dan Reeves, the head football coach of the Denver Broncos.
They mark it at the 31, so it is second down and 2. This is a quarterback's delight.
You bet it is. This is a good time for a play pass, but they got a big hole.
And the first down at the 25-yard line as Preston once again does it. He picks up 6. Matt Millen makes the tackle.
46 is Dave Preston, straight ahead. Now he sees the hole is there. He's going to get all that he possibly can, and he knows he's going to take a lick down there because there are 3 Oakland Raider defensive men ready to greet him.
We talk about the left side of that Oakland line. What about the left side of the Bronco line? He's running behind Dave Studdard and Tom Glassett. Harrell tried to jump to the outside. Ted Hendricks was there. Came back inside. Has a couple of yards. They'll mark it at the 24, so he goes for 1. It'll be second down and 9. So we look now for Morton to throw. The Broncos have been casually accused of lingering in the huddle, and that is by when they make so many substitutions, is that they'll sometimes have 12 or 13 men in the huddle, and then somebody leaves late. We'll talk about that rule change that was brought back in a game that Lynn was playing in. Play action. Oh, perfect pass to Tony Reed.
Morton's pass complete to Tony Reed.
Just showing the touch of Craig Morton. Burgess Owens makes the tackle.
Now that is touch. And Morton has it. Because when he has the opportunity to take a look downfield, They have a man open. Here it is. 32 is Cannon. Now he's got his linebacker beat. You can see Martin sees him now. That's his man. Owens, number 44, is coming over, trying to get there in time, but what Morton did is drop it right over the linebacker and in front of the safety. Fine pass by Craig.
Oakland 12-yard line, first down. Harrell. He goes to the 7. So he'll pick up about 5. It'll be second down 5 as Matuzak makes the tackle.
You see what Denver is doing. They're running straight ahead. They're not going sideways. They're getting to that line of scrimmage, getting to the holes that the linemen are creating and picking up good yardage. 4 and 5 yards on first down, which is good in the play calling department because it makes this call a little easier.
He has about 3 on the play. Otis McKinney was there for the defense.
Naturally, down near that goal line, it gets a little more difficult to run with that football because the defense is going to be stacking up at the line of scrimmage. Taking a look at Tom Flores, the dark shirt, head football coach of the Oakland Raiders. And he knows that his defense has been on that field much, much too long.
4-yard line, third down and 2. Preston into the end zone. Dave Preston scores the touchdown. A 55-yard drive in 9 plays, and the Broncos are out in front.
Good hard running by number 46, Dave Preston. It looked like he could have been tackled near the line of scrimmage. Floating along, looking for the hole. Once he sees it, good blocking up front by number 60, Paul Howard. Made a fine block. Now he's just determined to get into the end zone.
4:47 left to go, second quarter. Now the extra point attempt by Steinford. And it is good. So the Broncos open the scoring. They are out in front 7-0 with 4 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. Second quarter, we'll be back with the kickoff.
The 1980 Winter Olympics. Hockey team captain Mike Ruzioni helped clinch the gold for the U.S.
I'm Mike Ruzioni, the artist. Budweiser asked me to paint with these to help raise funds for America's Olympic athletes. Now you can own my painting and help our athletes train for 84. After all, there are a lot of Picassos. There's only one, Ruzioni.
Call 1-800-325-1488 for more information.
10 tough, mean beards versus one Bic shaver. Can one Bic shave them all?
Bic, say your prayers. My beard's gonna send this Bic to the showers.
That Bic is gonna beg for mercy.
It's amazing. It looks like one Bic shaver is going to shave these 10 tough beards.
It looks like Bic wins. I got a great shave also. No way. Let me see the replay.
Yes, one Bic shaved these 10 tough beards. How many shaves can you get?
Next Saturday, NBC Sports World returns for the fall season. October will be a great month on Sports World, featuring the exciting Las Vegas Grand Prix and outstanding boxing action. So tune in to NBC next Saturday at 4 Eastern Time for the return of Sports World. Here's the kickoff and the return of the Oakland Raiders. And they have excellent field position.
Jim Ryan making the stop at the 40.
This is a lot more determination by this Oakland Raider football team. Coming straight up the field is good blocking, a good hole there, and running with great determination. Now, for the Oakland Raiders, they haven't done anything offensively. They have 1 first down so far in this ball game. Denver has 11 first downs. And more importantly, Denver has a 7-0 lead.
Oakland from their own 40-yard line. The return by the rookie from Auburn, Chester Willis. Plunkett has all the time in the world, and it's complete. Derek Jensen. 47-yard line. It'll be second down and 3 as Larry Evans makes the tackle.
Larry Evans made the stop for Denver.
There's the touchdown drive of 55 yards in 9 plays. And again, the Broncos controlling the clock.
They're doing to Oakland what Oakland generally does to other teams, and that's take that ball and stuff it right down your throat and maintain possession of football and eat up the clock.
Second down and 3. The second back through is Kenny King. And he leads at the first down markers, and I believe has it. They're going to mark it at the Denver, close to the Denver 49-yard line, and that should carry a first down with it. Jim Ryan, now in on defense, is the man who stopped him. The defense of the Broncos and the offense of the Raiders both have to be well rested. Check on the scoreboard, Lynn.
In the fourth quarter, Houston leading Cincinnati by the score of 14-10. For Houston, they have looked miserable in the last couple of weeks. Pittsburgh in the fourth quarter way ahead of New Orleans 20-6.
Seattle, San Diego, that game is scoreless in the first half. Plunkett throws, pass is complete. Derek Ramsey is the man on the receiving end. Larry Evans brought him down.
2 first downs, 2 passes by the Oakland Raiders. They haven't been getting the job done putting the ball on the ground on first down. Well, they'd only had 1 first down coming into this drive. Now it's a second down, the situation with 2 yards or less to go. Those are kind of possession passes. They're pretty high percentage passes. Quarterback should complete most of those.
Jensen jumping to the outside. Well, flag goes down. A flag is dropped late at the 40-yard line. Gradishar and Latimer were there for the Broncos.
Taking a look, going straight ahead. Not much there. Good defensive play by Denver. But the flag is going to go against the Denver Broncos. It's going to be a big one, too. 15-yard penalty.
Here's the call from the official.
Personal foul, number 72, unnecessary roughness. First down.
Unnecessary roughness on Don Latimer, number 72.
Well, it's all unnecessary roughness out there, according to the ball carrier, but you can see right there that he's letting his emotions get carried away with him, and he shouldn't do that because right now, Oakland has excellent field position.
At the Denver 25-yard line, 2:39 left to go, first half. Plunkett's pass is complete. 84 is Derek Ramsey. Swinson and Gradishar for the defense.
Now that's Rulon Jones, number 75. They're wanting to calm him down. No sense in losing your head out there because all it's going to do is cost your team. It already cost them 15 yards.
Second down and 4th to 19. Two-minute warning, so we'll take a timeout. Denver out in front 7-0 with the Oakland Raiders. They have a drive underway. We'll be back for its conclusion in a moment.
Let the Radio Shack TRS-80 Model 2 give your business the competitive edge.
Hey, a TRS-80. You bet. And Radio Shack's programs do my accounting, payroll, inventory, even word processing. But was it tough to set up? Not at all. The TRS-80 has low startup costs, requires no formal training, and it's expandable. Saves me time and money, and that's the competitive edge.
The TRS-80 Model 2 from $38.99 only at Radio Shack, the biggest name in little computers.
Denny's introduces the Beefadelphia sandwich. We grill lean beef, juicy and tender. Melt rich mozzarella cheese over the top. Add succulent grilled onions. Cover with a soft French roll. And serve it all for the special introductory price this month of only $2.99. The new Beefadelphia sandwich only at Denny's, where you'll like our prices and you'll love our food.
Next Saturday, don't miss the exciting return of NBC Sports World, featuring hard-hitting World Championship boxing. Then, 1 week later, the world's finest Grand Prix drivers gather in the heart of Las Vegas for live coverage of the Caesars Palace Grand Prix, starting next Saturday on NBC.
Jim Plunkett is having a perfect afternoon. 5 of 5 for 37 yards.
The only problem is they have no points.
So it is not that perfect. Lindsey Mason has replaced Art Shell at offensive tackle. This year, Plunkett has already thrown to 11 different receivers. And look at that, second quarter. Seattle leading San Diego 7-3. Here, Denver leads 7-0. Plunkett had a lot of pressure. He was waiting for Morris Bradshaw, but with that kind of pressure, he simply couldn't get the ball to him.
And Bradshaw was wide open. You can see.
Rulon Jones,
number 75, yes, coming in. And he is an excellent pass rusher. And you can look at the determination going after the quarterback now. He gets right in Plunkett's face. Plunkett has to throw the ball falling backwards. And Rulon Jones making sure that he went all the way back. But Bradshaw was open, and if it hadn't been for the pass rush of that man, Rulon Jones, Plunkett probably would have completed his 6th in a row.
Bryson Manor replaces Jones on this down. 3rd down and 4. Kenny King turns the corner and has the first down. Listen to the crowd. They have something to cheer about.
This is a sweep. There isn't much there, but 33, Kenny King of the Oakland Raiders. He's pointing, but there isn't much there. Now he just has to lower his head.
Gain of 5 yards.
Get the legs moving to pick up the first down. First down that they really needed.
And Derek Jensen with the key block. Plunkett drops this one off, swinging out of the backfield. Fumble. Scramble for the football at the 12-yard line, and the Broncos in the fumble recovery. Number 43, Steve Foley, who had 3 interceptions last week, comes up with a key fumble recovery to stop a Raider drive. 1:07 left to go at the turnover. The Broncos have the ball. We'll be back in a moment.
A time comes when you must watch your money carefully. So quality and value are a necessity. Can you find them in an American car? Absolutely. In Plymouth. Yes, Plymouth. The new Horizon Miser, built with advanced technology and front-wheel drive for the best gasoline economy of any American car. 5-passenger Horizon Miser has a price that's sensible. It's the American way to get your money's worth.
What's more natural than spicy hot food and icy cold beer? What's more natural than natural light from Anheuser-Busch? It's the beer with a taste for food. So, when you want to put out the fire...
What's more natural than natural light?
And Lynn, here's what happened.
Number 51, watch linebacker Swinson right there. 51 now. He's going to strip him with the ball. Coming up right now. Bang. And he knows that. That isn't just by chance. He's trying to do that. A turnover, and a real big turnover for the Denver Broncos.
Denver from their own 12-yard line. 1:07 left to go in the first half.
They'll probably
Broncos lead 7-0.
Probably keep it on the ground.
They pressed it. He has a quick 5 yards on the play. Today's telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Oakland Raiders and the National Football League is prohibited. Burgess Owens is the injured player. So while we have an official's timeout, a reminder that Tuesday night playoff fever hits the National League. The Dodgers against the Houston Astros in the division series. The best-of-5 battle for the National League West crown will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on NBC, the home of great baseball. So that on the West Coast should be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the Mountain, and 7 in the Central. They always say everything's on the East, right? Our whole world is controlled by New York City.
Charlie, something about turnovers. Turnovers are very, very important during the course of the season. Now, going into this ball game, for example, by turnovers, I mean interceptions or fumbles, the takeaways. And you're either on a plus or a minus. For Oakland coming into this game, they were 0. That is, they have taken the ball away from the other team as many times as they've given it up. Denver was +3. So they've taken it away 3 times more than they've given it up. Also, teams that win generally...
So they're now +4 with this fumble recovery at this point.
Dallas until today was undefeated.
Yes.
They were plus 14.
Ooh.
New England, before today, they hadn't won a ball game. They were minus 12. To give you an indication that it's a pretty good barometer as to why a team wins or loses and how important turnovers are.
Money Jackson will be replacing Burgess Owens as he comes out, and we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is KOA TV, Channel 4 in Denver.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Denver out in front of Oakland 7-0 with 1:01 left to go in the second quarter. Dave Preston scoring the only touchdown from 4 yards out. The Broncos on that drive 55 yards in 9 plays. Preston in 9 carries has 39 yards rushing in the first half. And Dave gets the call again as the Broncos will be content simply to work on the clock here.
Oakland calling timeout, wanting one more opportunity with that football.
And which they could possibly have.
They'll get it if they can stop them on this time.
Hi, I'm Billy Brown of the Denver Broncos, and this is my wife, Susan.
And this is today's wife, so come on and join us.
Today, the YWCA is at the forefront of agencies that serve women, helping them to meet the challenge of a changing society and their new role in it.
Here, Y programs help women who want to work, to learn skills, and develop professional talent so they can get jobs.
Through your volunteer support of the United Way, you're saying, yes, I care, and I want to see you all make it.
Y serves working women with dependent children through daycare and after-school care.
That's why we can say,
thanks to you, it works
for all of us, the United Way.
Billy Bryan of the Denver Broncos, and the preceding announcement is furnished as a public service by the National Football League. Boy, Bryan is fast becoming one of the outstanding centers in the National Football League. He may be the premier center right now. Third down and 4. Harris is stopped. Rod Martin is the man who stopped him.
Timeout by Oakland, 49 seconds remaining. It's fourth down, so they will get the football back.
And Ira Matthews, number 43, could be the man of the moment for the Oakland Raiders as they will need field position. They still have 1 timeout remaining. Is that correct? They have no timeouts remaining.
They took one earlier, I believe.
All right, so Ira not only has to have a good return, it would help if he'd get out of bounds.
It'll stop the clock when he gets tackled. It would help if he gets in the end zone.
That would help even more. But they will start the clock when the ball is marked ready for play and not on the snap. And at this point, 49 seconds to work with every 2 or 3 seconds helps.
You know, Burgess Owens leaving the ball game. They're playing with with a hyperextended knee, and he's jogging up and down the sidelines, and they say he probably will be back in the game, but they're playing with 43 men on the roster instead of 45. And they have 5 players from that Super Bowl team,
5 starters
that are not in uniform today.
Kinlaw, Nelson, Davis, Chandler, and Van Egan. Good kick. Taken at the 39-yard line, and excellent coverage, only 2 yards on the return to the 41. As Jim Ryan was down very quickly.
2-yard return.
So Oakland from their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Dennis Smith was also there. 59 yards away from the end zone.
40 seconds to go in the first half. No timeouts remaining.
Bradshaw wide to the near side. Branch is wide to the far side. Pass is complete. It is a first down. Going for the sideline is Derek Jensen, and he does. He is out of bounds at the Denver 40. He picks up 19 yards, and just as important, he stops the clock with 32 seconds, taking Billy Thompson and Gradishar with him.
Good protection for Jim Plunkett, and he gets the ball out to number 31. Derek Jensen, and he breaks the tackle right there. Now it's the sidelines. He's going to get as much as he possibly can, then get out of bounds. That entire play took just 8 seconds. And they're on the 40-yard line.
Bucket and a scramble. This may have been a call play as quickly, but he has to get out of bounds, and he doesn't. He picked up 8 or 9. It may have been a call quarterback draw. He didn't look that long. Aaron Kyle made the tackle. He had called 2 plays in the huddle. 14 and counting. Time remaining. First half. He'll throw it away. And a flag is down. 2 flags are dropped. Was that a call quarterback draw?
No, I don't believe it was. I think he was just scrambling. Maybe
he didn't take a lot of time to look, though.
He was probably looking for one particular man, and he wasn't open.
84 offense.
Derek Ramsey jumped the gun. Clock is stopped now with 9 seconds.
I don't believe it was called because ordinarily if they called with a quarterback running with a football, there would have been somebody leading the interference for him. And there.
I thought possibly again, you know.
I think what he
looked
did,
at what
he knew he had no timeouts left, and he didn't have time to get
both
sacked
81 and 84. Still second down.
Pittsburgh a final, defeating New Orleans 20-6. So the Steelers are coming back.
2nd and 7 at the 37. 5 on the pattern. Far side incomplete with 4 seconds going to Kenny King. 4 seconds left to go in the first half. And Chris Barr comes in. Barr has hit only 1 of 4 field goal attempts. The crowd reaction will underline that statistic. And the one that he hit was from 21 yards out.
I'm looking around. I do not see any wind. So this is going to be a large kick for Chris Barr.
On the 44, an attempt of 54 yards with Ray Guy holding. Now Guy is the 3rd quarterback. It could be a fake and Guy could throw. Does it make it? Just short. Oh, ever so close from 54 yards away as the first half comes to a close with the score, the Denver Broncos 7 and the Oakland Raiders nothing. And what an interesting first half. Denver has generated all of the offense.
And once again, Oakland has not been able to put any points on the scoreboard. That is now 6 quarters in a row they failed to put any points on the board. Last week against Detroit, they were shut out. You could tell by the expression of Chris Barr that he's not happy. Last week, he missed a fairly easy field goal attempt that would have at least got them 3 points against the Detroit Lions.
Not that bad an attempt, though, from 54 yards out. He was straight on, but a couple of yards short. We'll be back.
Gee, Ollie, this windshield's so messy, I can't see. We need new wiper blades.
I know that. Make sure your windshield wipers work when you need them. A new set of Anco wiper blades every year is a quick and inexpensive way to see your way clear.
Ollie, without new Anco wipers, we could have been hit by that piano. Piano?
No! We're Exxon. We're Jay Stone and Joe Mifsud, who designed a better machine to help find oil and gas. We're Harry Bennett, using it to send vibrations miles into the earth that bounce back to reveal where energy may be hiding. We're Brian Olivier, recording this seismic information so that we can choose the best place to drill. We're more than 100,000 people working on energy. We're Exxon.
Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. A sunny, gorgeous afternoon in the Bay Area. It is sunny so far for the Denver Broncos as they are leading the Oakland Raiders by a score of 7-0. And first, Lynn, let's take a look at some other scores around the National Football League.
Well, I'll tell you, the Cincinnati-Houston game, Houston leading Cincinnati by the score of 17-10. That is a final score. That Houston won 14-10.
And Houston, by the way, has the 28th ranked offense in the National Football League. Maybe they're getting something going finally.
Well, maybe they were protecting Kenny Stabler because he was having a lot of problems the last few weeks with quarterback sacks.
All right, Pittsburgh defeating New Orleans. That's the final.
And the Steelers are coming back. You know, after a terrible game against Miami, they've come back very, very strongly. Their offense is putting things together. Of course, New Orleans is not the strongest team in the National Football League.
I'm surprised about this, but it is the first half.
It's the first half, and in that, when Wendell Tyler has scored 2 touchdowns, one on a run, the other on a pass from quarterback Pat Hayden. Pastorini still waiting in the wings.
Yes, he is.
All right, Richard Todd has thrown 2 touchdown passes as the Jets leading Miami by the score of 14-7. That's in the second quarter.
All right, and here the score: the Denver Broncos 7 and the Oakland Raiders nothing. Only 1 touchdown in the first half. This 1981 National Football League game is brought to you by Schlitz, the Master Brewer's Brew. Just one taste and you'll know. Behind every Schlitz is a man who knows his beer. By the new Chrysler Corporation. For 1982, Chrysler has the cars, the quality, and the prices America needs. By RCA Video Disc. Bring the magic home on RCA. And by IBM Office Products Division. This is Charlie Jones. Lynn Dawson will be back here with the second half kickoff. But right now, let's check out what else is going on in the National Football League today. We'll go to New York City and Brian Gumbel. Brian?
Okay, Charlie, thank you very much. Since we're aware some people may have broken away for local news, let's take a look at the highlights and the scores of Sunday number 5, and we'll do it from the top. Up in New England, a Patriots banner that hasn't been flying too high of late. Well, the Pats finally got into the win column. They beat the Chiefs 33-17. This was a big play. Matt Cavanaugh on 4th and 1, rolling in from 8 yards. Pats went in front 14-7 and never looked back. Meanwhile, the Colts lost their 4th straight. The Bills did them in for the 2nd time this year. Final was 23-17. Joe Cribbs played a big part in the win. He had 157 yards rushing. In St. Louis, the Cowboys let Tom Landry taste defeat for the first time this year. Beat them 20-17 on a Neil O'Donoghue field goal with just 23 seconds left. But this was a big score for the Cardinals. Great catch by Roy Green. The Washington Redskins continue to test futility. Walsh and the 49ers turned back the Redskins at RFK today. The final was 30-17. Defensive back Dwight Hicks had 2 scores. Look at this one. A fumble recovery. He goes 80 yards the other way. He also returned an interception 32 yards. 49ers beat the Skins 30-17. Ray Perkins had to look on New Jersey as the Giants tasted defeat for the 3rd time. Packers beat them 27-14. Lynn Dickey here throwing a touchdown is 1 of 2 today. He got this one into the arms of a familiar figure in a different uniform. Johnny Jefferson for his first NFC touchdown. Down in Houston, the Oilers have found a very dangerous way to score. You remember they beat the Rams with a kickoff return thanks to Willie Tullis. Well, today they beat the Bengals, beat them 17-10. And this kickoff return by Carl Roaches helped the cause. Roaches taking it back 95 yards against the Bengals. Both teams now have a record of 3-2. Roaches tight walks down the side. The last 10 yards, 95-yard return. Oilers a winner. And in New Orleans, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Chuck Noll locked horns against an old nemesis, Bum Phillips. But Bum no longer has the Oilers. Now he's got the Saints. That ain't good enough. Steelers a winner today over the Saints. Final 20-6. Okay, these scores also. This one too a final. Chicago a loser to Minnesota. Final there 24-21. Now these games still in progress. Los Angeles out in front of the Browns. That ball game nearing the half. Rams are out in front 14-3. The Jets in Miami are deadlocked at 14. That ball game too is nearing the half. It's late in the second period. The one you've been watching, Denver leads Oakland by a score of 7-0. Seattle trailing San Diego. That score stands at 10-7 in the second period. And Detroit leading Tampa Bay in the second. That one stands at 10-7. We'll be going back to Oakland for a second half of football. It's 7-0. We'll get to that right after a commercial break.
It's time to bring some sanity and reason to new car prices. For 1982, Chrysler Corporation is offering some of its most popular front-wheel drive, high-mileage